Welcome to my views and news. Continuing our coverage of the ongoing conflict in the Amhara region, we have received several updates for you. Uh, I am trying to cover each and every development in the Amhara region. Viewers are cooperating as well. I'm receiving mails, WhatsApp messages. Thank you, those who are ensuring that this coverage is correct, unbiased, and timely. So anyone who has information can contact me. Sajid672000@gmail.com is my email. If I'm making mistakes, correct me. Purpose of making these videos is to correctly cover the ongoing conflict in the Amhara region. I don't take any sides. I have no interests. My only passion is to cover the issues in Ethiopia impartially. Now, some news stories. Firstly, viewers, prison breaks, attacks on police stations in the Amhara region are now being reported. Dozens of Fano fighters were freed after attack by Fano supporters, Fano fighters in a city in the Amhara region today. And a police station was also attacked by protesters in another city. Ammunition was captured by protesters from this police station. Secondly, viewers, a recording of a leaked phone call between two arrested activists who are said to be working for Amhara interests is being shared by some news outlets. Meskeram Abera and one was an Assefa, both are in prison. What is this leaked video, leaked phone call about? Thirdly, church says it is mediating in Debre Birhan to resolve the conflict, though no signs of resolution so far. And lastly, a video clip, small clip from Bahir Dar. There was relative calm in Bahir Dar on Tuesday morning. Things under control, though there was silent protest, but protest at home. Businesses closed, banks closed, schools closed, but in the evening things changed. Clip for you. Firstly, viewers, protests, roadblocks, clashes between Ethiopian army and protesters, and now attacks on prisons and police stations in the Amhara region are being reported. Today, two attacks were carried out by protesters, by supporters of Fano, by supporters of Amhara Special Force. First attack was on a police station in Debre Birhan. In Debre Birhan, we saw unrest since this morning, though yesterday security restrictions were imposed in Debre Birhan, but could not be implemented. This morning, fighting broke out between Ethiopian army and Fano fighters on the entrance of Debre Birhan city. And fighting went on for hours. Reportedly, Ethiopian army retreated. Then again, there was resumption of fighting. And in the meanwhile, some Fano supporters, they attacked a police station in Debre Birhan. They captured ammunition, they captured arms from this police station in Debre Birhan, being confirmed by several sources. Secondly, Kambolcha, viewers, where we saw confrontation between protesters and Ethiopian National Defense Force. Some say that protesters tried to encircle a camp of Ethiopian National Defense Force in Kambolcha. That led to start of exchange of hot words. Ultimately, there was exchange of security forces opened fire. 3 died in Kambolcha, several injured. Some say that at least one ENDF soldier was also killed in today's confrontation in Kambolcha. 3 protesters killed and several injured in Kambolcha. And in Kambolcha, attack on a prison is being reported. Dozens of Fano fighters were freed in this attack on the prison in Cambodia. This is a fourth attack on a prison or a police station in Amhara region since the start of this new conflict almost a week ago. First attack was on a police station in Gondar zone. Second one was in Matima, where some Amhara special force members were freed and 1 Fano fighters. Third one in Debre Birhan, and fourth one in Cambodia. You know that last year Ethiopian government launched a disarmament operation against Fano. Thousands of Fano fighters were arrested, and most of them are still in prisons. Now the prisons where Fano fighters are imprisoned in Amhara are being stormed by Amhara fighters and supporters. They want to release Fano fighters. And if any special force members are arrested or have been in detention, those police stations and prisons are also being stormed, attacked by Fano fighters, and Amhara special force members are being freed. You can see the security situation in Amhara region, that basically no one is in charge. Ethiopian army trying to enforce its writ. Amhara government keeps on issuing statements, basically it's dysfunctional. Protesters trying to form an alternative government, and meanwhile attacks on police stations, attacks on protesters, attacks on security forces, all happening in Amhara region. Secondly, was a leaked recording of a phone call between two activists is being reported. A few days ago, a top Ethiopian security body, Joint Security Task Force, claimed that dozens of activists, some youth organization members had been arrested. Most of them were from Amhara region. And it was alleged by the government that the activists were planning to assassinate top Ethiopian leadership. Dr. Wodwosen Osefa is one of the arrested activists. His picture was shown, some grenades, weapons recovered from them were shown. It was said that they were trying to form an informal organization to assassinate top Ethiopian leaders. Then Meskeram Abera was arrested last night. Third time that she has been arrested. Activist, educationist. She's a teacher, I think, analyst as well. People say she works for Amhara interests. Now, a leaked phone call between Meskeram Abera and Wodwosen Osefa has been released. Dr. Osefa can be heard talking about Amhara Special Force, that Amhara Special Force members are being disarmed in Volkayet. Meskeram Abera asks why. He says that there must be integration of Amhara Special Force and Fano to form a joint front. Otherwise, Volkayet Raya could be given to Tigray. And he is demanding dollars from Meskeram Abera. Meskeram Abera was today charged. Formal charges were submitted by prosecutors against her. She was arrested yesterday, today formally charged. Prosecutors say that she provided shooting practice to the members of an informal organization. So it means that Meskeram Abera, Wodwosen Osefa and others in the Amhara region, though some are based in Addis Ababa, they've been planning to form an organization to stage a coup, to remove the government, to kill top Ethiopian leaders. That is what was being claimed by Ethiopian National Defense Force, Ethiopian Intelligence Agency. And now this audio call has been leaked. We don't know if this call is authentic or not, but no denial so far. Dots are connecting, these scholars, these journalists, they have their hidden agendas. And some of them could be on the payroll of some Amhara diaspora organizations who want a regime change in Ethiopia. Now, Meskeram Abera and Asifa, both are in prison. They'll face these charges. Thirdly, viewers, Orthodox Church of Ethiopia is trying to step in the ongoing conflict in the Amhara to resolve the issue. Today, a statement was issued by North Shore Diocese, headed by Abune Clementos, who expressed a sorrow over the ongoing killings and destruction in Debre Birhan. He said that this is week of prayers and fasting, but bloodshed is being seen, and he asked the people to resort to dialogue and mediation. He said the church was trying to mediate, resolve the issue peacefully. He urged the government and people to resolve the conflict through dialogue. In Voldia as well, we saw that an Abune of the Orthodox Church intervened. Dialogue was held at Voldia City Hall. Same is happening in Debre Birhan, North Shore, but so far no success. Debre Birhan saw heavy fighting today. Let's see if the church can resolve the issue, at least in Debre Birhan. The church should, if church is in a position to mediate, it should mediate on the top level. Top church elders can mediate, or they can provide a platform for talks between Amhara region-based groups and Ethiopian government, because this conflict is getting out of control. Who will mediate? Is Ethiopia going to wait for outsiders to resolve this issue? Someone will have to be a mediator. Church, federal government, broad federal and regional setup to resolve the issue. Someone will have to resolve the issue through dialogue. Otherwise, Ethiopian government and Amhara region-based groups, they're on a collision course. People are dying. I don't support, by the way, the church's role in politics, because it would make church controversial. Church should have no role in the running of government's affairs. Church should only provide, it should only host the parties. Because church is already very controversial, that it is a tool of ethnic Amharas to impose their dominance in Ethiopia. Church will become further controversial, but it can play a role in terms of hosting dialogue. It shouldn't take any sides, otherwise it will make church more controversial. Lastly, viewers, a video is being shared from the capital city of the Amhara region, Bahir Dar. Relative calm in Bahir Dar this morning. People were at home. They were protesting from home. Businesses, shops, schools, banks closed. Transport suspended. Then started demonstrations. In the evening, people they took to the streets. Ethiopian army was patrolling the streets. It tried to disperse the protesters. It resorted to aerial firing. Videos are being shared from today. Now, Bahir Dar is the capital of Amhara region. And in capital, we are seeing in the video that people, youth, are confronting Ethiopian army. And youth are unarmed. They have sticks mostly in their hands. They are chanting slogan for the release of Zamine Kasi, Zamine Kasi, Zamine Kasi, and security forces firing, maybe aerial firing, because no news of any deaths in Bahir Dar today so far. That just shows that protesters and government are face to face. And armies cannot control people by force. If entire regions, if entire countries decide to confront armies, armies become dysfunctional. Armies become controversial. So the army, which was being appreciated a few months ago for its role in fighting Tigray forces, in putting an end to the strength of Tigray forces, is now becoming controversial. Let's see how this issue ends, but the issue must end because people are dying and mostly unreported. We're trying to get reports and groups, Amhara media is only highlighting the deaths of protesters. No one is highlighting the deaths of security officials. Security officials who are confronting the protesters, they are dying as well. No one is reporting about their deaths, their losses. They are getting wounded, they are losing their lives. They are just out of a conflict in Tigray and now another conflict for them. Government will have to show some restraint. How long will Ethiopian army keep on fighting in Ethiopia? Thank you for watching.
ባህር ዳር እንግዲህ እንደዚህ በሯን ዘግታለች። የኦሮሚያ ልዩ ኃይል እንግዲህ የአማራ ልዩ ኃይልን ልብስ ለብሰው እንግዲህ ወጣቱን እያሮጡ ነው የሚገኙት። እንደምታዩት በሩ ዝግ ነው። ዘመነ ካሴ